boys and girls, I sure do miss you guys, but I hope you had a great weekend. And so we're going to start with a new chapter in math today. We are now going to work on some three-dimensional shapes. So this means that we are about to start geometry, which is all about shapes. And we're going to be diving into a little bit of fractions, which will be useful as you go on to 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. So we're going to start with our foundation here. Okay, so we are going to be doing page 509 through 512. Okay, boys and girls? So we're going to be taking all of your knowledge of shapes and just kind of building on that. I know that you've done shapes in kindergarten, 1st grade, and probably some in pre-K if you went to pre-K. So you know what your shapes are. But we're going to be talking about three-dimensional shapes. So if you turn over to page 510, let's talk about all the different ones up here at the model and draw. Three-dimensional shapes just means like simple things like our Coke bottle. What kind of shape would this be made out of? Well, this would be a cylinder. It's a circle on top, it's a circle on bottom, and then it's rounded all around. Okay, so all the objects and the different things that we touch every day are three-dimensional shapes. So let's look at these different three-dimensional shapes. The first one that we see here on our paper is the cube. The cube is easier to recognize, but can also be confused with the rectangular prism. The cube is made solely of squares, and that means that it is the same exact size on every single face inside. And when I say face, I'm talking about each part where you can see the shape of a square. Okay, so a cube is made up of only what? Squares. Say that again. A cube is made up of only squares, okay? Now, let's look at the next one, the rectangular prism. This is the one that it's confused with a lot of the times. A rectangular prism actually has in the name one shape that it's made up of. What is that, boys and girls? A rectangle. So a rectangular prism is made up of rectangles. If you look right here on this long side, it's made up of, that's a rectangle. It's got two short sides and two long sides. So the two short sides are the same length and the two long sides are the same length. Okay, it'd be like if I hold just my hands and then I use my arms as the other sides, okay? So then on its end pieces, it has a square, okay? On each end, it has a square as its other face. Now, let's look at the next one. We have a sphere. It could also look like a what? Like a ball, okay? So if I look at a ball or a globe, it is the shape of a sphere. It's all circular and it doesn't have a face. Next is a cylinder, like Miss Hearn showed you her Powerade bottle. So if my lip or tongue is red, okay, it's a cylinder. It's got the circle on top, it's got the circle on bottom, and it's rounded all the way around. Okay, so it only has two faces. Whenever I say face, I mean like there's the face, that's the circle, and that's the face. Now, all of this can sound a little bit confusing at first, but we're going to just kind of take it step by step. This is a cone. It has a circle on bottom. You can see the circle kind of outline, and then it's a triangled up, rounded, okay? Think of a party hat that you may wear on your head when it's your birthday, okay? And we got a couple birthdays coming up. All right. So our first thing that we need to do is it says circle the objects that match the shape name. So number 1, we're looking for a sphere. Here's the sphere. Which one of these three shapes are a sphere? Well, that's easy peasy, boys and girls. What is it? The basketball. So circle that basketball. Next, we're looking for a cube. Now remember, 2 of these can be confusing. We know it's not going to be the can, okay? Which one is the cube? Now remember, the cube means it's the same shape on each side, and it doesn't have a rectangle or any long sides. So it has to be this dice right here, okay? Or this die, I'm sorry, singular is die. So it can't be the tissues because it has a rectangle, then a square, okay? Now let's look at 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, easy peasy, the cylinder. Well, we know that this is a cube because we just circled it. This one looks more like a rectangular prism, so it has to be this one. It's got a circle on top and it's rounded all the way around. Rectangular prism. Ooh. How many? There are 2 that are a rectangular prism. If I look at this one, the shoebox and the tissue box, they're both rectangular prism. This one is a what? Cylinder. Okay, now we're looking for a cone. Is it this one? No, Okay, Miss Hearn already told you it looks like a party hat, so there's our party hat. And then we have a what kind of cone? Ice cream cone. I sure love ice cream. Notice that you can see the circle on bottom and it's kind of shaped like a triangle, but we know that it's a circle all the way around because I hold that ice cream cone in my hand. That's what makes it 3D. Okay, then we have a cube. Which one did we say the cube was? Perfect. Y'all are so smart. Good job, boys and girls. All right, then it says circle the shapes that roll and draw an X on the shapes that do not roll. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky because I know that you don't have these shapes at home with you, and Miss Hearn does not have any here today. Now, if I were to roll something, we know that in class we use something that has numbers all over it, and we may use them to add, and we may use them to see when it's our turn to go in a game. And what shape are those things? What are they? What am I talking about first? A dice. And what shape are they? They're a cube. So can a cube kind of roll if I were to throw it? Yes, but these are a little bit much rough on the side. They're looking for the ones that are more a little bit rounded. Rounded is going to roll a whole lot easier than something that's got sharp sides. Okay, so I want you to look into 8, 9, and 10 on the back. Bye, guys.